Howdy, you two. We're back here with Mama Shoe-On-Head. She's going to tell us about the female jealousy epidemic. Hopefully she's not too harsh on her own kind, or they might try to cancel her for the 56th time. All right, give her a like and sub if you like her. Of course you like her. If you're here, you like her. You're not watching for me. You're watching to watch me react to her. For the record, I do love her. She's one of my favorite content creators on YouTube.
Living under a rock, you probably haven't heard that Sydney Sweeney was... So if you've been living under a rock, you probably haven't heard that Sydney Sweeney was in an American Eagle commercial.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Okay, she's very pretty, but I don't like the way she talks like that very valley, like that kind of breathy, like you're trying to be sexy type of voice. Don't care for that. She's very pretty, but I just don't like the way she talks as much.
Sweeney has great genes.
That guy didn't know.
Get it? Genes? Because she's attractive? And she is. I can see why...
Shoe-On-Head also has great genes. What a hypocrite, guys. What a hypocrite, am I right?
Men like her. She has a really cute face and a nice body. But personally, my favorite thing about Sydney Sweeney is that she's a Nazi. Did they...
I didn't know that. I didn't know she was a Nazi. Guys, Twitter said she's a Nazi. Must be true.
They mean to include a bunch of Nazi dog whistles in this? How the f did she agree to this? Actual Nazi ad.
Probably because she's not crazy. And she knew it was just like a play on words. I mean, they've done this commercial before. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not a dog whistle. It's not propaganda. Well, technically it is kind of propaganda. It's selling sex to try and sell your product. That's a tale as old as time, though.
The only way Sydney Sweeney would be okay with doing an ad like this is if she was a Nazi.
This is
That's not how that
Nazi
works.
shit.
It's because she's an actress, and they get paid to lie all the time. The World of Hot Women. That is not what your video was called. It was called "Why Do Women Hate Sydney Sweeney?" Why is that up there now? It does. It's a jealousy. What is happening with all these titles for this video?
That is being racist.
Some of you guys might be too young to remember, but back in the day when an ugly girl was jealous of a pretty girl, she would simply call her a whore. But that's a good thing now, so we have to call her racist. I am going to be completely honest, I have no idea what movies Sydney Sweeney is in.
I couldn't tell you either. I have no idea. I can't name a single thing she has done. No clue.
All I know, she is a very popular celebrity.
I hear her name a lot, and I think she was on Saturday Night Live once, which is why the only reason I would know her name.
And I always see discourse on Twitter about her being mid.
She's not mid, okay? She's not my type, but I can tell you right now, she's not mid. I know an attractive person when I see it, even if it's not particularly what I'm attracted to. I can look it through other people's eyes and think, yeah, I can see why she'd be popular.
What is wrong with you people? Who is not mid nowadays? I saw Anne Hathaway get called mid the
Anne Hathaway is not mid. I love Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway is definitely my type.
other day. Anne Hathaway. If these women are mid, I'm like a sub-zero. I'm like...
They called Henry Cavill mid. Henry Cavill is not mid. Henry Cavill is peak man. He's what every man should strive to be.
A -2. I am like a horseshoe crab on the bottom of the ocean. Horseshoe crabs are pretty base, though. 445 million years, no evolution. That's
Oh, that sounds like a lot of people on Twitter.
me. Millions of years on YouTube, no evolution.
Yeah, she's literally not changed except she stopped being an e-girl and she got less e-girl. She's still kind of e-girl a little bit, but like she's toned it down. She's more trad wife with some e-girl inside.
We should. Sydney Sweeney has like a fun, bubbly personality. She seems like she enjoys being feminine, and it seems like she doesn't hate men, which is a big plus. She really plays into the like, I'm a hot blonde bombshell. I have big titties thing. Which are we back to liking titties as a society? Didn't Kim Kardashian deflate her ass recently? That's how I knew the ass fad was over. The fall of Kim Kardashian.
I don't know. I don't follow the Kardashians. I do not care, and I don't follow most celebrities. Like the only people I would follow would be like funny people, like Weird Al Yankovic, who I respect greatly for everything he's done, and then like. I like Henry Cavill, not enough to follow him on any social media. Jack Black is funny. I follow him on YouTube, and that's about it, because I like it whenever he's playing games or just doing silly stuff.
Ass and the rise of Sydney Sweeney. Besides, ass...
And some wrestlers.
No, I don't objectify women. I respect women, okay? The only thing that matters to me is a woman's mind. and thighs. What is like the male body equivalent?
To be fair, you can respect and objectify someone. I have great respect for lots of objects in my house. I mean, the fridge puts in a lot of work. Put some respect on that thing.
Into this debate, abs or arms? Personally, I love a good forearm. I love a good, nice, thick, manly wrist. And you know what looks great on a wrist? A watch. Which brings us to
She
today's
got us with
sponsor,
Holzkern.
So let's quickly give them a shout out before we get into today's video, shall we? Holzkern is a young Austrian
Oh, blonde
company that
shoe. I don't like blonde shoe. That's a surprise. I like brunette shoe. Bring back brunette shoe.
creates unique watches,
Granted,
jewelry, and
blonde
accessories
shoe kind of
using
works for
all
both
natural
this video
materials like wood and stone.
this
Their
ad.
high-quality timepieces come in various designs for both men and women, making them the perfect choice for any style or occasion. All of Holzkern's products are manufactured in small
Do you think
quantities
she meant
to
to go
ensure
blonde for
responsible
this
and ethical
video,
production,
talking
while
about
making
Sydney
sure
Sweeney?
each item is built to last. I personally love the Kaleidoscope watch with the little flower design on the pearl dial. I think it is so beautiful and so cute. I'm obsessed with it. The glass is made of sapphire crystal, making it scratch resistant, while the strap is crafted from koa wood, and it's water resistant as well. There's also the Moonrise watch, which is made from genuine white marble and stainless steel. It shows the weekday, date, and even the current moon phase, which is really cool. I think all their products make very beautiful gifts, and since they're all made from
Okay,
natural
I don't wear
materials,
watches.
they're
I
all
have my
very
phone. I don't-
unique.
that's
All
all
their
I
items
need.
come with a 2-year warranty, and ordering online is super easy with free worldwide shipping within 5 to 9 business days. And if you're in the US, don't worry, Holzkern handles the custom feeds for you, so no unexpected drama there. Just click my link in the description below and use my special discount code SHOE to get 15% off your order.
Yes,
Plus, if
ma'am.
you
If I
additionally
ever
sign
decide
up
to
for their
waste a
free
bunch of money
premium
on
club
an item I
membership,
don't
you'll
need,
get access
I
to
will
exclusive
100%
products,
buy a
special
watch.
discounts, and early pre-sales. But if you only want to check things out for now, no pressure. You can just sign up, come
Don't
back
get me wrong,
later,
if you
and
wear
you'll
a
still get a special
watch,
discount on
God
your first
bless.
purchase. So if
You
you're
do
looking for a
you.
unique gift or just want to treat yourself to a nice
But
watch,
for me,
I
I
highly
don't
suggest
like
checking
things
out
like I don't like
Holzkern.
metal
Big thank you to Holzkern
around
for
me. I don't
sponsoring
like
this video.
necklaces.
And now,
I don't
let's
like
get back to it.
rings. I don't like watches.
My jeans are brown.
Yes, please.
Sounds like I my pants.
The woke outrage over Sydney
About poop
Sweeney's
mine.
ad has gone from, well, bad to worse.
Some people have taken issue with the phrase great genes being used over images of a blonde, blue-eyed
Yeah, but we don't care about those people because they would have done that regardless of who was saying it. They're unhappy and they want to take it out on somebody else, and it just so happens that a pretty white blonde lady is the perfect target.
woman.
If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much.
He is such a meme president. I love him so much. Not as a person, obviously, but dude makes good clips. I give him that. Great sound bites.
Everybody.
TikTok and Twitter absolutely blew up with thousands and thousands of people calling this ad fascist propaganda. Yes, they literally took the jeans and jeans pun to be some kind of Nazi dog whistle because Sydney Sweeney is an attractive blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman,
How
which apparently
dare
has been
she.
an extinct species for so long in advertisement that when people saw this, they got scared and thought they saw the ghost of Hitler. Is Sydney Sweeney a Nazi?
No. No, she's an actor who got a paying gig. Simple as that.
No. But do these people kind of have a point about this ad? Also no, they are unwell. But let's hear them out.
They
Let's
are
watch some of these
unwell.
TikToks. Let's listen.
There's nothing unhappy women hate more than happy women. Women's biggest enemy is other women. That's just a fact.
Listen to them, listen to their points. We're not gonna be mean, we're not gonna own the libs, okay? We are going to hear them out.
You guys are complaining about that Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it.
That's Nazi propaganda.
Holy 2014 Tumblr. What the out here looking like she walked straight out of a Stone Toss comic. Looking like you're going on the
I don't know
thumbnail
what
of this
Stone
video.
Toss
Listen,
is.
if your bangs end in the middle
Was it the thumbnail of the video? I remind me to check, guys.
of your forehead, you don't have to tell me your political opinions. I know them. I can tell. Okay, sorry. I got it out of my system. Let's continue.
It's only gonna get worse. Look, immediately you can tell it's almost the exact same person.
I will be the friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like fascist weird. Like Nazi propaganda weird.
So this
There's the word Nazi propaganda again. It's almost like they're reading from the same script.
commercial was apparently a reference to an old Brooke Shields commercial from the 80s.
The secret of life lies hidden in a genetic code. Genes are fundamental in determining the characteristics of an individual and passing on these characteristics to succeeding generations. This may result in the origin of an entirely new species, which brings us
Why
to
is she
cows
laying like that?
and the survival of the fittest.
Calvin Klein jeans.
Why is she
Oh
laying
my
like
god,
that?
she
That's
turns
so
into a
awkward.
swastika. She was like 14.
She almost did turn into us. Why is she laying? Was that supposed to be like sexy or something? It kind of looked ridiculous.
in that ad,
But it was the 90s, which means it's immediately better than anything else.
by the way. Really creepy. So at least Sydney Sweeney
Or was it, did she say the 80s? That means it's the worst. 80s is the worst because the 90s didn't exist yet.
is of legal age.
No, 80s can't be the worst if 90s didn't exist yet. It didn't have anything to look up to. We can't blame it.
14 is actually pretty old for Brooke Shields if you know her history and her lore. If anything, that is the most f***ed up thing about the Sydney Sweeney ad, referencing an old ad of a child star who was abused by Hollywood. But yeah, it was a callback to an old commercial. And Sydney Sweeney is the current day hot celebrity, so they chose to do it with her. They unfortunately failed to consider the fact that in current year, white people are not allowed to say that they have good genes because that is Nazi propaganda.
A blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white
She has blue eyes, by the way, and also white. Just 2 out of 3. Pretty close.
woman is talking about her good genes. Like, that is Nazi propaganda.
It's not even close.
You don't get to drop lines about inherited traits,
You do.
blue eyes, and great genes while zooming in on somebody that could have walked straight off of a Nazi propaganda poster.
A white
Ma'am, you are also blonde hair, white lady. I don't know. Does she not know what she looks like?
blonde, blue-eyed, Hitler's wet dream talking about how much she loves her genetics. It's not just giving eugenics, it's giving male fantasy.
Okay, her voice. Like, she was a white blonde haired girl. Also, she looked like she causes trouble for everyone she talks to, and her voice. Don't want to shame her, but that voice is annoying with the Karen attitude. She's gonna grow up to be a Karen. Easy. Hands down. Guarantee you. She evolves. As soon as she levels up, she's gonna evolve into a Karen.
I like how eugenics and being attractive to men are like equally terrible things to these people.
Sydney Sweeney's jeans ad is giving ethnic steak propaganda. It is giving
No, not the gingers. I love the red hair. Come on.
dystopian. It is giving 1940s Germany.
Why do they all speak the same? Why do they all do the same
They share the same brain cell, so it's kind of hard for them to go off of that. You know, if one of them is using the brain cell, as soon as it comes back to them when it's their turn again, that thought's already in there. They're not allowed to think anything else.
They all say the same. It's giving. It's giving.
Put a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fair-skinned woman in an ad and say she has good
Ma'am, those nails are doing nothing for you. I'm sorry. It does not go with your skin tone.
genes. I don't know if I can say this, but it's literally giving Nazi propaganda.
It's giving. Also, the flesh-colored microphone? Why? It's giving okay? It's giving
I was trying to avoid saying that by going to the nails. But thank you, Shu. Appreciate you. Way to have my back.
It's giving
I can't believe I actually have to explain this, but there is a reason that they picked a girl named Sydney Sweeney for this ad, and it's not just her blonde hair and her blue eyes. Sydney
Oh, okay. Also, white girl, blue eyes. Continue.
Sweeney is laying with her German Shepherd dog in the shoe.
Is it because it's a German Shepherd? So it's a German Shepherd, and that's the problem? I'm sorry. Do not bring the dog into this. What did the dog do to you besides being cute?
Her name is Sydney Sweeney, so her initials are SS. They intentionally included her German Shepherd dog in the photo shoot.
Oh my god.
She has the dog. What's wrong with having a dog in a photo shoot?
Take your meds. Meds. Her name is Sydney Sweeney. Her initials are SS, like the Nazis. The dog is a German Shepherd. German, like the Nazis. Are they putting crack in birth control nowadays? What is going on?
That's not a terrible idea. I mean, it can't make it worse.
She is a hot woman. She's a hot woman because of the way she looks. She looks the way she looks because of genetics. She has great genes. That is how a normal person sees it. She's blonde and has blue eyes and her initials are SS and she has a German Shepherd. It's how a schizophrenic, politically brain-rotted person sees it.
Yeah, they're delusional, honestly. You were trying so hard. You just want to hate people you don't know. You don't even want to try and understand what's going on. Actually, we all know what's going on. But you're just skirting around that so you can, like, push some sort of politics.
Calling American Eagle, this is Jess. How can I help today?
Hi, I am a marketing student and was wondering if I could speak to someone who could maybe give me some insight as to what estimated return on investment there has to be willing to use white supremacy and eugenics as your marketing campaign.
On a marketing campaign?
Harassing some poor worker. Doesn't
Yeah.
even fucking speak.
That woman has no idea what's going on. She's there for customer service, and she doesn't even know how to do that properly. Trust me, I've worked with those people for years. She has no idea what she's doing. She is following a system, and if you try to divert from that system, she's going to send you to the next higher up, who is also going to be following a system. You're going to get a lot of runaround because they have no idea what you're talking about.
Speak English has all to do with the commercial. These people are sick.
Yes, I recently saw American Eagle's eugenics marketing campaign where they used that white blonde girl and talked about how good her genes were in a time where racism is rampant in the U.S.
I see. Thank you for taking time to share your feedback.
Why are you bothering this random ass Filipino woman with your West Wing ass TED talk? Nobody gives a
Okay, so there's no way to, as a student, I can't learn about when eugenics makes sense in marketing? No one on the marketing team can talk to me about that?
You think she has access to the marketing team? She's never talked to anyone that even works in that building. Not once.
I miss like 50 years ago when these people would just be serial killers instead of doing whatever the this is. She's even got other celebrities seething.
Genes are passed down from parents.
To be fair, this is Doja Cat. She has no talent. And this is the only way she can be relevant.
To offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes.
I don't know why she's using that ridiculous voice. Everything she just said was correct.
To bleed.
Haha, she did a dumb redneck voice, get it? Because all white people are dumb inbred hicks. Good one, Doja. Hey, by the way, why are you pandering to the same exact people who got your ass canceled for wearing a Sam Hyde shirt once? They all think you're racist too, girl, but nice try. Hope they see this.
Doja Cat is making fun of Sydney Sweeney's ad only because she realized after all those years of her kissing up to white supremacists, they're never going to accept her because she's a half-black woman. Wearing the Sam Hyde shirt,
I didn't know she was only half black. How dare she not commit?
Dating all these white supremacists. So make fun of the ad all you want, but we'll never forget you rolling around in those chat rooms showing white supremacists your feet so they can make fun of your black ass.
Oh, they did see it, and they still hate you.
Weird adverts aside about how the best genes...
Oh, okay, so she's pandering to both sides, but not getting either one of them. Got it.
Are characterized in a conventionally attractive white, blonde, blue-eyed woman. Not true, I mean, look at me. Within 5 years, or as soon as she shows any sign of aging, that's it. The moment she becomes visibly over...
You know, that doesn't stop her genes from giving her blue eyes. You got the short end of your family stick because of genetics. She got the good end because of genetics and also makeup.
25.
Enjoy the ride now, babe, before you get too old and
also, I guarantee you she takes care of herself because she has to for her job. You do not. That's why you were chronically online.
Ugly and hit the wall. But wokely. This is just something I've noticed in the decade of criticizing feminism on the internet. Male feminists are the most misogynistic, sexist freaks ever when they finally have an acceptable, approved target to go after. God forbid you are a woman with the incorrect opinion, because hell hath no fury like a male feminist replying to you.
A strawberry blonde, blue-eyed...
That's another one. There's two of them, guys. They're multiplying.
Woman.
He's wearing an Adidas shirt, so immediately all of his opinions are invalidated.
And marketing having great genes. This is just a whole fucking eugenics campaign, and I, for one, would like to throw myself off a balcony.
Do it.
Well, as a white person with blue eyes, Hitler's wet dream, by the way, go for it.
Do a backflip, live stream it. Also, these people just straight up don't know.
Honestly, if he live streamed it, he would get a lot of attention. He'd get shut down real fast, but it would be the biggest live stream, at least of the year.
What the eugenics movement is. Talking about genetics is not eugenics. Sydney Sweeney did not say she had the best genes or superior genes or that other people had bad, inferior genes.
She just spit facts. Facts that were written for her by someone else because she's an actor and she just uses other people's words.
Someone even made it like a fake ad, like, Beyonce has better genes, and it's like, why'd you pick the picture where she has like a blonde wig on?
That's a good question. Why'd you pick the one with the blonde wig? It feels like you could have gone a completely different direction with that. Natural, for instance.
This campaign is poking at women's greatest and most tender insecurity under the patriarchy, which is desirability and the beauty standard. It affects not only non-white women, even though this is clearly white supremacist, Aryan race propaganda, but it also adversely affects the majority of white women who do not naturally have blonde hair and blue eyes. Because yes, even the women who can achieve this look have to do it through artificial means in one way or another. The vast majority of white women...
She also kind of did it through artificial means. You think she does not wear a bunch of makeup? That's not natural. It's Hollywood. Nothing's natural. Everything's fake.
Are not naturally blonde. And of course, lots of white women are also insecure about having brown eyes. So that's a whole generation of young white women
To be fair, brown eyes are my favorite eyes. Absolute. Easy. Brown eyes.
who are being further propagandized to purchase blonde hair dye and contacts for the rest of all time.
Okay, what? Are attractive women just not allowed to model anymore because, like, God forbid, it makes some other women insecure? And as someone with...
Yeah, that's called, self-esteem. And only you can fix that. That's why it's called self-esteem. Don't pin that on other people. Don't project. You're never going to fix it. You're just going to try and bury it under other people's misery and drag them down with you. Don't do that.
Brown eyes. I've never once felt insecure about having brown eyes. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna get into Hyperborea, but I've seen myself photoshopped with blue eyes. Horrifying. So,
That's not blue. That is a crazy color. That is completely unnatural. I would like to see it photoshopped with like a more natural blue eye look.
we've gone from Nazi propaganda to genocide to racism to now poor little girls are gonna feel insecure because they don't have blue eyes like Sydney Sweeney.
Another thing about the Sydney Sweeney beauty standard that is very important to note is that big boobs are a hallmark of what conservative men are attracted to. At the end of the early
No. Most people are attracted to big boobs. Even women. That's not a white conservative thing.
2000s and through the 2010s, we were becoming a more progressive society, and so we also naturally progressed to be a more ass-centric society.
In the 2000s, we were becoming more progressive, so we started objectifying women's butts. What? The communist utopia will be ass-centric, apparently. I didn't know the ass versus tits thing was political. How does she know conservatives are all boob men? Conservatives
They're not. They're not.
in the audience, are you a boobs or butt guy? What political affiliation
I'm
are
not a
the feet men?
conservative, so I can't answer that. But I can tell you right now, God really doesn't care. They have a preference, but they like both.
Libertarians. Listen, they can try to disguise it with their little intersectionality buzzwords all they want, but at the end of the day, women just want a socially acceptable reason to hate other women. That's it.
Good genes passed on to offspring? That American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is literally overt eugenics. I know you don't want to hear this, but if you want to talk about how that...
If I saw this woman in real life, I would never talk to her. I would do everything in my power to avoid talking to her.
That's promoting eugenics, which it absolutely is. We also have to talk about how choosing not to wear a mask when you can during an ongoing pandemic, because you're okay with a certain subset of people, primarily disabled people of color, dying for your own comfort,
Why does her hands keep doing the same movement in rotation?
is also eugenics.
1 second. (2025) We are talking about wearing masks for COVID in 2025.
Well, it's only been 5 years. I think for something to stop mattering enough that you can make fun of it is about 9 to 11 years.
I like how she's woke scolding the other woke scolds for not woke scolding about her particular pet issue. COVID broke the brains of so many of these people, man. It's because it's when the world was just a giant, safe HR longhouse where it was socially acceptable for them to be moral busybodies and never leave their home. It was like the closest to their lib shit utopia that we have ever gotten, and they miss it.
I remember growing up in a
So their
predominantly
utopia is just everyone staying at home, minding their own business. I like that. I'm for that. Let's do that. Everyone stay at home, mind your own business. And if you don't want to live a miserable life, just stay offline. They will all be online, spreading their stupid opinions, talking to each other in the little echo chambers, and you live an actual life.
white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name, if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue.
Why? You're pretty. Like, your hair is nice, other than like right now where it's clearly not. You were clearly dressed down. I think you had a shower. Are you in like a towel or something? I'm not sure. Your eyes, big brown eyes. People love that. You take care of your eyebrows, obviously. You care enough to wear jewelry, which is not overpowering for you. It's a nice subtle jewelry to give you a little accent. It's great.
By never having to explain who I am or worry about being accepted. That is why this American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is especially off-putting.
Listen, I'm sorry that happened to you, but we live in a predominantly white country. If you go to another country, there will be a different beauty standard. If you go to the country
That's
of your
very true.
ancestors, there will be a different beauty standard, and maybe it will look more like you. But again, she didn't say her genes were better or the best, and it's not like all the hot popular celebrities look like Sydney Sweeney. Look at Ana de Armas, look at Zendaya. They don't look anything like Sydney Sweeney, and
Oh, the first one was not pretty on that picture you show. Zendaya is always pretty, though.
they are known as very beautiful around Hollywood.
Are they?
This is why corporations in the media think in order to pander to the female gaze, everything has to be like average and frumpy and ugly. Because women can't stop f***ing projecting their insecurities. Not every character in a movie or a video game has to look like you. Not everyone in an ad has to look like you. Hell, the only time I see people who look like me is when I turn on the live-action Grinch movie. You notice men never say this shit, by the way? They usually go like, wow, that
Hold on. Live action Grinch is one of the best Christmas movies ever made with Jim Carrey. The only one that tops it is Muppet Christmas Carol. And that's impossible to beat, honestly. But when Christmas comes around, Muppet Christmas Carol and live action Grinch movie, those are the two I go to. Those are my go-to. Those are my safety ones. Those are my comfort ones. Just pop those both on, get a little cup of cocoa. Oh, God, it's 5.5 months till Christmas.
man is strong. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go to the gym. And women are like, wow, that woman is thin. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go complain.
What?
Yeah, that's why women are women's biggest enemies. Because unhappy women will always try to drag the happy ones down because they don't want them to be happy if they can't be happy.
To make Sydney Sweeney's jeans better. Like, why did you get that joke? All us woke people.
Don't get me wrong, there's some men like that, but most of them, they either wallow in self-pity instead of trying to take the other one down, or they actually try to improve their life to be more like the thing they want.
People are saying is
But
that
there are absolutely problematic ones. And those are mainly, I want to say, raised in houses of women. And that's what they grown to know as what you should do and how you should act. And that's why it's important to have a father figure.
it's just a little bit weird to directly reference European jeans as better.
Again, she never said that her jeans were better. You are making shit up.
Now, when you think of the all-American girl, like the standard of like American beauty, you probably think blonde hair, blue eyes, white girl, right?
No, when I think of women, I think of brown eyes, brown hair. I like that. That's my favorite. That's why Anne Hathaway.
You're not supposed to think that way.
You're not supposed to think that way, guys. That's double plus ungood.
That's
What is double
ingrained in
plus
you
ungood?
because of negative things that have been pushed on you by society.
When you think about the all-American woman, you should be thinking about an obese, transgender, disabled woman or something. What would be an acceptable vision of the American woman for this person?
I feel like someone who was like that would hate America, just as part of the whole personality.
It's insane she's saying that we think Sydney Sweeney is hot because of negative things that have been pushed on us by society. No, we have eyes. And just because she is attractive does not mean you are also not attractive. Look at
Yeah.
her full lips. That is a standard of
Yeah, she was actually pretty until she started talking a bunch of hateful nonsense.
beauty I'll never live up to. That's okay, because I have other things that are beautiful and unique about me, just like you have other things that are beautiful and unique about you, regardless if Sydney Sweeney is held up as the American beauty standard. These are lessons your mother should have taught you, not a YouTuber. Sydney Sweeney's ad shows a cultural shift towards whiteness. Advertisements.
No. No. That's just someone who's popular in the media right now that they hired to do an ad to try and sell jeans. And it's not because she's white, it's because she's popular.
They're always mirrors of
Like,
society.
I haven't seen anything she's in. I know who she is.
And sometimes what they reflect is ugly and startling. Boo! A white woman. Oh, the fucking author is white. I hate these people, man. Shut up.
Huh. She was white with blonde hair and blue eyes. Interesting.
Shut up. It's one thing when it's like a non-white person talking about how white people suck. It's like, okay, you're just racist. But when it's a white person talking about white people suck, you need to be ground up into a pulp and fed to livestock.
Yeah, she's just trying to farm to all the people who hate her because she can't get the people who actually think critically and with logic to read her stuff and agree with her.
You would honestly be more useful that way. Ads are always mirrors of society, and sometimes what they reflect is ugly and startling.
That's not true.
Popular American culture.
That's not true at all. There's a lot of ads that do not fall in with society, and that's kind of the whole point of the ad. And there's nothing wrong with that. You stand out, you cause a little shock value. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, get your bag where you can.
Is indisputably becoming more puritanical and more conservative. Puritanical? The focus of the ad was her tits and ass. This is not at all a conservative, puritanical ad. Have you seen what the puritanical right thinks of Sydney Sweeney? They think she's a okay? They think she's a The backlash has been
that's
swift
what
and fierce, and
puritanical
some of it,
is.
at least if you ask me, is fair. The internet has been quick to condemn the advertisement as non-inclusive at best. Non-inclusive? Why the does everything have to be inclusive? It's a commercial with one f***ing person in it. Sweeney
It's hard to be inclusive when there's only one human in the entire thing.
excludes a source
Hold on, they included a dog. That's pretty inclusive.
of vintage sexiness that caters to the male gaze. She embodies the near mythological girl next door beautiful but low maintenance sexy femininity that dominated the media in the 1990s and early 2000s. Oh wow, that sounds great. You're telling me that's fascism? Waiter, more fascism please. What the f? It's just so funny, like, the left is
Second helping of flat fascism. I did not get enough fascism in my first one.
currently losing their mind about how, like, they need to get young men to vote for Democrats again, and here they are, like, blondes with big is are fascism. Listen, the alt-right pipeline does not start with the American Eagle ad. It starts with you. What are you doing? This is not at all a conservative far-right ad. It's just a normal ad that would have ran like 15 years ago. But I guess that's what being far-right.
I'm glad we're back to just normal ads. I mean, I don't watch TV. And when the ads come on, I blank out. I do something else. Probably look at my phone or something. But, like, I'm not paying attention to the ad. You're paying way too much attention to the ads, by the way. Just tune out. But, yeah, we're getting back to, like, just normal, everyday ads we used to see, and I love it.
Is nowadays being normal from 15 years ago. I love this random part of the article though. Young women are being radicalized through so-called clean skin care and healthy eating. So fascism is
Health? Health is fascism? Wah, wah.
hot people eating healthy and having clean skin. Goebbels himself
could not make better propaganda. Literally, as I am editing this video, the New York Times comes out with this opinion piece, Why the Right is Obsessed with Thinness. I would really, really appreciate if people stopped equating health and beauty to fascism, because if health and beauty are fascism, what is unhealthiness and ugliness? Unfortunately, a big part of social...
That's a good question. What would that be? If it's fighting fascism, I guess the American way, freedom. Eagle screech.
Progressive ideology is dismantling hierarchies and norms and challenging what society sees as conventional, traditional, and beautiful. A really good example of this was those statues that were put up like all over different cities of like a frumpy woman in leggings. And the artist says like the purpose of these was to like challenge conventional beauty standards. And it's like, imagine looking like one of these women and then hearing like, oh yeah, this was put up to challenge beauty. Like,
you're just insulting the people you think you're trying to help. Yikes. How did that person not get canceled by those exact people?
What do you mean by that? Remember the whole body positivity movement like 10 years ago? Remember like all the fat influencers? Remember when every single ad was like this ad, for example? Calvin Klein's latest underwear campaign is breaking big boundaries. Big boundaries? Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean by that? While fashion...
Yeah, what do you mean by boundaries? That's offensive. Obviously, I know the joke was on the bait. No.
...is starting to seriously consider creating more inclusive environment for consumers, there is still a huge mountain.
Huge mountain. I wonder what the huge mountain is. I think they made a statue in Times Square to it.
...to climb before it is truly considered diverse. Huge mountain? No, that's just mean. And that's why Calvin Klein, probably the most famous name associated with underwear, just launched a groundbreaking campaign. Groundbreaking? Oh, come on now. The campaign is all about...
That one was stretching, but I get where she's going with it.
...feeling free to express yourself, being uninhibited, and being provocative by challenging the norms we see on a regular basis. See? Challenging norms. It's all about challenging norms. This reminds me of that Protein World controversy from 2015. Old heads were...
I don't remember this. I don't remember the... I mean, I might have been aware of it at some point and watched some videos on it. Possibly even a shoe on head video. But I don't think it would have been important enough for me to actually remember.
I wrote an article about it for the Libertarian
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't read anything she wrote. I don't read articles. I'm not a chump.
Republic. Wow, that was a long time ago. But anyway, a billboard with this ad for a protein powder supplement was put up and people lost their fucking minds. They vandalized it.
Because she's hot? Or because she might be white. I don't know. It's hard to tell with her skin being gray.
They threatened to get a bunch of the employees fired. They threatened to go where the company was located with hammers, all because they committed the great crime of body shaming by daring to have a thin, attractive woman on their ad. This ad made other companies come out with their own like little virtue signaling things, like passive aggressive, like everybody is ready. Like every fashion magazine, every beauty magazine was pumping this out the time, just fat, 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 fat. The rise of like Tess Holliday and the hashtag F your beauty standards. Oh my God, you could not escape this.
Tess Holliday, I remember. She was big for like a year because of body positivity and then quickly fell off.
Also suspiciously, body positivity only seemed to mean obese women.
Yeah. Never obese men. They didn't care about the men. They thought obese men were disgusting. And you couldn't be any other type of woman, otherwise you didn't count, and they didn't want you in their space.
But yes, everywhere you looked, it was like fat, 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 and everyone was like, yes, queen. Well, now we...
That's not me assuming. This is me having seen a lot of videos about it.
...live in Ozempic world, and the fat acceptance movement seems to have died. Like many of the fat influencers, unfortunately. And these same types of people...
R.I.P. to the big queens. They were making their way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and they were homebound. Home was heaven.
People are like crashing out about the Sydney Sweeney ad because they really do feel like all the work they have done to like socially engineer people's behavior and preferences has been just like destroyed overnight. Who would win?
No, it was destroyed over the last couple of years of them constantly pushing and pushing and pushing, because some people, when they get what they want, they don't stop. They keep pushing for more. Because it was never about equality, it's about them having what they thought you had. Because they want the control, they want the power, they want to be in charge, they want the advantage that they have decided you had, and it's unfair.
Decades of propaganda, one big booby girl. I wrote in the old article, I can't say I'm too surprised at the backlash towards...
And I don't think her boobs are that big. I feel like they're just kind of medium, aren't they? They don't seem that big.
This model's body. We are living in a world where instead of striving to better ourselves and live a healthy lifestyle, praising obesity and unattractiveness is becoming the norm. Well, shoe on head from 10 years ago, you will be happy to hear that it seems like it's no longer the norm. Because apparently not just American Eagle, but like Dunkin' Donuts and Arby's are using hot people in their...
Hot girls eat Arby's? Okay, to be fair, she's not hot. I don't think she's hot. She's not my type though. The Arby's curly fry thingies, love those. Those are pretty hot. I'd date those.
Ads again. Is the culture truly healing, or are we about to go into a deep financial recession? Questions we should be asking. Angry Reddit freaks also doxed Sydney, looking through her voting records and found out she is a registered Republican. One of the most common things
No! Who cares?
I saw about this were how, like, all the women getting mad about Sydney Sweeney were ugly, and I don't think that's true. There were some, like, pretty people in there. But I got onto this topic that I see all the time, and that is, why are liberal women so ugly? Leftists are ugly, conservatives are hot, which is not true, by the way. I was at January 6th, okay?
She was interviewing people. It was fantastic. And apparently, a lot of people were actually very nice and very respectful.
But for the most part, stereotypes exist for a reason, right? Conservatives are, well, conservative with the way that they present themselves. They tend to follow norms and beauty standards, which is why, for example, the media called Hassan a, quote, progressive in a MAGA body.
What does that even mean? Like, it feels like they're insulting both sides? How's that work? Are you saying progressives don't have good bodies? I can't even figure out what that's supposed to mean.
And how so many women on dating apps nowadays are looking for a man who votes Democrat but looks like a Republican. Everyone is aware.
I have not heard that. I have not heard that movement at all. And I love watching people react to just crazy people on dating apps and stuff. Maybe they'll get around to it. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Aware of the stereotypes. And with leftists, you know the stereotype, like the overweight, blue hair, nose ring. They're not.
I don't like Kelly Osbourne. That's weird.
All ugly, of course, but many purposely make themselves look ugly, because being ugly is saying F you to the man. Marcel Duchamp's art piece, Fountain, which was literally just a urinal, was a F you to art institutions and classical ideas of beauty. Those f***ass ugly concrete block brutalist buildings are another example.
It's
Brutalism
disgusting.
emerged after—
That looks like a Starfield building. Or even a Fallout building. I feel like Fallout 76 had some buildings that look like these.
World War II as a post-war modernist style, in part created as a F you to the classical architecture celebrated by, drumroll, the Nazis. Now think of those concrete buildings and the urinal and apply it to broader society. Basically, the blue hair and nose ring is a F you to, well, Sydney Sweeney.
Okay,
Hitler
blue hair, nose ring, you're a urinal. Got it.
existed, so now everything has to be fat and ugly. Sorry. I don't know why so many on the left want to give the concept of beauty and health to the right, but it is not a winning strategy. Listen, I just want everyone's basic needs met, alright? I don't want people going in debt if they get into a car accident, or be homeless, or get sent to foreign wars. I didn't sign up for this stupid shit. It is funny though how like every time Sydney Sweeney is on camera, there's like a right-wing article like, woke is dead. Wokeness is no match.
That's where I know her. Okay, yeah.
Though how like every time Sydney Sweeney is on camera, there's like a right-wing article like, woke is—
Saturday Night Live. Ego Wodum, so that had to be a little while ago. Her, I forget her name, but she does the, hey, all you cool cats and kittens lady. The one that might have killed her husband. Carol Baskins, she does her. I love Ego, although Ego's been gone for a little bit, so this had to be a while ago.
Is dead. Wokeness is no match for Sydney Sweeney's undeniable beauty. Are Sydney Sweeney's—
Hey, to be fair, there's a lot of people I only know, a lot of Hollywood people I only know because they were on Saturday Night Live once.
breast double D harbingers of the death of woke. Was that girl right about conservatives being boob guys? She might have been right after all. Honestly, this doesn't really make sense because, like, the left are the ones
By the way, there's
trying to
nothing wrong with
normalize
being a boob guy or
like,
gal.
OnlyFans culture and stuff like that. If anything, there is too much boobs everywhere. We need to calm down a bit. But when it comes to Sydney's, like, classical bombshell beauty, like, I kind of get where they're coming from. Sydney Sweeney is a hot white woman who does not mind catering to the male gaze after we had a decade of hearing about how the male gaze is bad and toxic. A decade of hearing about how white people are bad and toxic. A decade of ugly, angry, fat androgyny seeping its way into everything and anything. When people say Sydney Sweeney is anti-woke, I don't even think they mean politically. I think they just mean like Sydney Sweeney is like looking into a time portal back to 1992.
90s, baby. 90s was better. No one cared. Let's go.
A time when porn addiction wasn't such a big issue. Every woman didn't show—
That's because the internet was really hard to get and used. It wasn't worth even getting on to do anything with dial-up.
her whole online for $5.
It was actually kind of nice. You had to do other stuff.
Hookup apps
Like go outside, play with a friend, make a friend.
didn't exist. It's like a bunch of millennials and zoomers are longing for a time they never experienced. But yes, this is a cultural shift, but not necessarily—
Honestly, I feel like they might be a little happier if they did experience it. Like if you brought it back to where the 90s was, I think a lot of people would be a lot happier. It was a lot simpler. Yeah, it was harder to connect with other people, but when you did connect with someone, it was probably real life. You actually hung out with them, talked to them, looked them in the eye. You didn't have so much anxiety because you had to be around other people to talk to people.
A conservative one. Just a return to like normalcy, a return to normal Americana consumerism. In 2065, conservatives are going to be like posting people twerking like, return! These same TikTok freaks who are attacking Sydney Sweeney have been sounding the alarm about this cultural shift for some time now. And we see a bunch of celebrities embracing like looking normal and healthy again. Like Demi Lovato is a perfect example of this. She was an obese, short hair, walking stereotype, crying about a frozen yogurt place, daring to sell sugar-free frozen yogurt.
I walked in, was so triggered that I left without froyo.
To now being skinny and healthy and married, and even making a TikTok dancing happily in that same frozen yogurt place.
The singer returning to the scene of the crime at Wednesday, poking fun at herself on her social.
That's part of the reason these people are freaking out and saying like fascist aesthetics, because they know the chokehold they have had on culture is losing its grip. Inshallah. Once Sam Smith goes back to being normal, that's when I know the culture is healing.
Oh, he's handsome. I like him. I'm sure they won't get mad at him for being white with blue eyes.
Thankfully, American Eagle did not bend the knee and did not apologize to the horde. In fact, they doubled down. Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is and always was about the genes.
Yeah, didn't they make another one after that? The exact same... Who'd they make it with? I can't remember.
Wait a minute. Her genes. Her story. HH. Uh-oh. Now, I can sit here and say the obvious, like, these corporations just want to pander to you, they just want to sell you like, yeah, obviously. But have you considered, it's good when corporations pander to me, personally? I just realized so much of American political discourse is, like, around f***ing corporations and ads. The Gillette commercial, Bud Light, Protein World. There are so many examples. Like, it's just crazy how so much of our politics revolves around consuming things. I will buy blue team products. I will buy red team product. Bleak. In conclusion, we are tired of ugly.
Which products will you
people
buy?
and ads again.
It determines whether
White
we
woman
hang
is
out or
back,
not.
baby. Let's go. 500 trillion more to Israel. Nobody can afford a fucking house. World is run by pedophiles, but woke is dead, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. So if you like this video, please subscribe and maybe donate to me on Patreon. Link down below. All Patreon members get the uncensored version of every single video a day early. So you get to hear all the fucks and shits uncensored. If you can't or don't want to do that, there's
And that's
also a
the
little tip jar
dream,
down
isn't it?
below. You can leave a little tip and I will give it a little heart. It helps the channel out and I appreciate
Uncensored Jew would be the most entertaining thing on the internet.
it so much. Also, big shout out to Holtzkern again for sponsoring this video. Check them out, link down below. And I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!
Well, that was great. Let me know what you thought down below. Are you excited to go back to the 90s? I certainly am. I have fond memories of the 90s, and I would love to go back there. If I could also reverse age, that'd be cool. I feel like that's asking too much. Leave a like and comment. Shoe on Head, we love her here. Leave me a like and comment. Apparently YouTube is having trouble identifying you as a viewer if you don't engage somehow. So I apologize for asking for likes and subs. I don't usually do that, but YouTube is forcing me into it now. Thanks. Love you, baby bears. Mwah. Go watch the original. I will have it linked down below. I link all the originals for the things I watch down below. So check her out if you haven't checked her out. But if you haven't checked her out, I'm not sure what you'd be doing here. I'm much, much smaller than her.